Hey, have you ever been watching a BL series and this happened?
คนทำบ้าอะไรเนี่ยเอาแขนมาขวางประตูทำไมอ่ะไม่เจ็บหรอกโอ้ยอะไรเอากับคุณจะทำ
It's honestly hard not to feel warm when we watch our favorite characters hug. But did you know that hugging is not only beneficial, but also meaningful? In today's video, we're going to explore the importance of hugs in BL series. Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine and welcome back to BL Psychology. Today we're going to look at the science significance of hugging because, you know, hugging isn't appreciated as much as it should be. Like if I had to choose between like getting a high five or being hugged by my lover, I think I'd just rather get hugged by them. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, the term refers to holding someone close to your body with your arms, usually to show that you like, love, or value them. There is even a formula for the perfect hug that is based on the word hug. The H stands for the phrase hold on tight, which refers to the pressures that is felt when you hold the other person tightly. Such pressure allows receptors within the body to send signals to the automatic nervous system to activate the parasympathetic nerves. In simpler terms, when someone gives you a hug, your brain kind of tells your body to calm down. The U, on the other hand, stands for until you relax, which refers to the oxytocin that are released when people embrace one another, causing relaxation. Lastly, the G stands for grow your bond, which refers to the oxytocin hormone, creating the sense of a bonding between two individuals. Now you might be thinking, well, you know, this is all great and like, but why should I care? Well, researchers from the past decade have found that hugging leads to many health benefits, such as decrease in stress, sickness, infections, and depression. Hugging also increases one's intimacy level, love, and closeness they feel with another person. So what exactly does this have to do with BL series, or BLs in general? Well, it comes to no surprise that kissing scenes tend to be more celebrated than hugging scenes within the BL community. In fact, if you were to search right now for, let's say, compilations of hugging versus kissing scenes, chances are you'll probably find more videos containing iconic BL kisses. But here's something to consider. Unlike kissing, hugging is much more universal and can be used in any scene to tell a story. This is why I find hugging scenes so significant, because it reveals not only the strength of a relationship between two people, but it also demonstrates the emotional narrative that is being conveyed without verbal cues. Whether that is between, you know, lovers, ex-lovers, friends, siblings, parents, children, and so on and so forth. Although some may argue that a kissing scene can deliver such emotions, we have to remember that it's only limited to lovers. For example, let's take a look at season 1 of TharnType, the series. Remember that scene where Long dropped to his knees and clinged onto his sister like his life depended on it? If you've seen the show, you would probably understand why this hug is so significant with his sister, because it's so meaningful, as it not only shows his desperateness to be loved and accepted, but also reveals his willingness to be vulnerable in front of his sister, thus developing him as a character. Now, could have Long conveyed these emotions if he had kissed his sister? No, of course not. In fact, the entire narrative would have changed, leaving the audience very confused and disgusted. Another point I want to rebuttal is the idea that kissing is the only indication that a BL couple loves each other, or any couple in general, honestly. Like I mentioned before, research has already shown that love and intimacy can be increased through a good hug. I came across this book by Marar called Intimacy: Understanding the Subtle Power of Human Connection, in which they write the following. You can share intimacy only with someone who has the power to hurt you, in the sense that in those hopeful efforts, like a hug, miss their mark, can turn to shame or embarrassment or even worse. The fear of rejection, ridicule, or humiliation is the undertow of the hope for intimacy. And by the same token, unwanted attempts at intimacy can create the corollary feelings of guilt, irritation, boredom, hostility, and even revulsion in the recipient. This is why the uncanny term reverberates with death and significance. This is also why, for most of the time in human relations, caution is our watchword, and with it, we keep intimacy at a bay. Our desires are hidden in the conventions of plausible deniability and indirect or veiled or veiled speech. No, don't worry, that's fine. I was busy anyways. We focus on the practical, the conversations that work at a safe distance, and don't test ourselves because we are anxious about what a test might reveal. To break into the open is fraught with risk, but not everyone assesses these risks in the same way. Different temperaments had different life histories will shape the confidence with which we might stick our necks in the first place. To kind of simplify what Marar said, attempts at intimacy, even through like a simple gesture of hugging, has its risk for rejection and embarrassment. But if we care enough about that individual, we're willing to take that risk so that we can feel close to them. And so yes, hugs are actually really special. Now, before I conclude this video, I want to play a brief clip from a podcast called Unlocking Us with Brene Brown, where she is well known for her TED Talk on vulnerability. If you haven't checked it out, please do. She was interviewing Dr. Emily and Amelia Goski on burnout experiences when one of the doctors said the following.
There's a lot of different research disciplines that this comes from. I heard about it from Suzanne, a therapist in New York City. She calls it hugging until relaxed, where you hold your body against someone else's. And you're not like leaning into each other so that if one person step back, the other person will fall down. You're both holding your own center of gravity. You wrap your arms around each other and you stay there, breathing together until you feel the shift in your chemistry. And that's your body going, I have come home to a place of safety. And I know that because my body feels safe with this other person pressed against it.
And that concludes my little essay on significance of hugging. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and remember that this was just for fun, so please don't take it too seriously. If you have any comments or concerns, please write them down below, and also comment your favorite BL's hug scene, because why not? I would love to know. If you have some time, do check out our discussion tab as I try to post engaging questions for people to discuss. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Alright, see you. Bye!